Hey everybody, and welcome to the May Diorama Challenge Showcase. This is really hard for me because there were so many great entries, and I have two winners. I couldn't pick one, so stick around to the end of the video to see who won. Also at the end of the video, I'm going to show you what I did with the map, and also there is a new challenge for June. I've done the video a little bit different this time. I've given everybody roughly a minute, and I've done more of like a cinematic video, and I'll talk about each one. If I give any criticism, please don't take it to heart. I really mean it in a good way, and I really appreciate you taking part in the competition. Of course, it's just for fun. There are no prizes or anything, but maybe if it gets more popular, I can start doing maybe like a giveaway or something, so that would be really interesting. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the entries for this month. So first up, we have Miami Box Park from DANAMBERLEY. He sent this to me, and he wasn't actually sure if he was going to finish it on time, but he did. It's really amazing. It's an indoor theme park set in Miami, and this is some of his best work, I think, from what I've seen. The layout of the whole thing has been done really well. I really enjoy it. Some of the exterior walls are not there so that you can see in, so you kind of have to imagine that they are there. But the front of the park here that I'm showing you now is really well done. It's got this road system, there's a bus stop there, or yeah, it's great. I really love it. The color scheme's great. I can really see this being in Miami. Here I'm just showing you like a Starbucks and a cinema. He really went to town on using custom signs for this one, and he said he got a bit carried away with it, but to be honest, I think it looks great. This is the turnaround of the coaster, which I think is really nice with the waterfall and the rock features and everything. Really great. There's also a swinging coaster, a small compact swinging coaster in there, and there's this inverter ride which has some sort of Spanish theme, and then the entrance to hang time. I love the layers on all the floors and everything. Here's just a overview of the map. I really love it. I think it's really great. Thank you for sending that in to me. It easily could have won. It was really hard to pick. I really did love this one, so yeah, again, thank you. So here we have The Future Is Now by Gimli. I hope I'm saying that correct. This is like a dystopian cyberpunk sort of city. Really reminds me of Tokyo, and I don't know whether you took inspiration from Tokyo Dome, where they have Thunder Dolphin, which is like a city roller coaster in the city, but I'm really getting that sort of vibe from it. I really love it. I think it's great. Really great use of all the neon pieces. I think they're from the cyberpunk mod set, but yeah, it's really great. I'm showing you this at night time because this park definitely benefits from being in the dark with all the lighting and everything. But yeah, basically it's a city. The coaster is dashing around all those buildings and stuff, and these buildings are great. He's really done a really complex city, some of the diagonal buildings, normal buildings, office blocks, that kind of thing. So yeah, I really love the idea of this one. I think it's really great. I would like to have seen maybe some sort of like support system for the coaster, maybe integrated into the skyscrapers or something. That could have been quite cool. But I really love this edition. Thank you so much for sending it in to me. I really appreciate it. So next up we have Shore Valley from Fish in a Barrel. I actually had two of these which were quite similar, using this kind of Japanese theme, so this is the first one. I really like it. Great use of colours. The other one has got less colour, this one's got more colours. Really great use of colour, like I said. I really think you did a good job as well with the foliage. I think sometimes using foliage could be quite difficult with all the colours and it gets a bit too much, but you did a good job with that. You've really got some nice pinks and reds in there, which to me is, well, I think it's very Japanese-like. The station building over here, this blue one, I think is a really nice colour. I love it in blue. It really contrasts well next to the orange coaster. Got a few flat rides here. I would like to have seen the flat rides maybe themed just a little bit more. They are kind of in their standard colours and everything. And this plaza here I thought was a little bit unfinished with the stalls at the back there. But overall I think he did a really good job. I really love the layout of the park. It's got a really realistic layout with the pathwork and everything, and you've got a nice kind of shrubbery garden there. Here's just an overview of what he did, and as you can see, it's got some great building work, got a nice river running through there. I think adding a river into a park is always really good, really nice, adds an extra little layer of detail. So thank you so much for sending that in to me. So next up we have Continent 7 from Moonman82. This one was great. I really loved the whole idea of this one. It's quite simple but really effective. He went with like a Northern Lights theme, and as you can see there at night time, it's got this really great kind of glow going on above the big ice mountain there in the middle. There's some really great custom trucks and helicopters and all those kind of things throughout this map. So I really like that. It's really just a good theme. No one else did this theme, so I think it's really a clever idea. I love the ice sheets that you made using different path covers and things. It's a really, again, a clever idea. I would never have really thought of to do that, and I think it actually looks really, really well done, like really clever. Got some penguins there, a tent, some snow on the side. Here's a submarine ride actually running underneath the water, underneath this nice custom boat that he's made. I will say the only thing I can criticize about this one is that he did use custom supports, but he only made like maybe 3 or 4 custom supports on like one section of the ride and then didn't do it on the rest of the layout. So I'm a bit unsure what happened there, but the overall aesthetic of this and the map, I really love it. I love the pop of orange in there. Got the helipad, there's a helicopter up on the hill there as you can see, and yeah, I really love it. Really great idea, and thank you again for sending that one in to me. So here we have the deep dive sent in by Yeetus. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think this one is really a great improvement from the last one you sent me. I can see that you put a lot of detail into this one. Not that the last one was bad, I just think this one is really good. I love the diagonal path work that you've done. I think the path system in this park has a real natural flow to it. I really like it, and I love the color scheme as well. I do feel like some areas could have done with some supports, like the curve over the candy store. You did do custom supports in a couple places, but not on the rest of the ride. But I'm definitely getting like a SeaWorld vibe from this one, so I really enjoy that. He built a motel here at the back to cover up the depot, which I think is a really cool idea to do. A lot of people came up with great ideas actually to cover the depot, so that was nice to see. But yeah, here's an overview of the map. I really liked it. As you can see, it's got a beach vibe going on, so thank you for sending that in to me. I really appreciate it. So up next, we have a park sent in by Kaas. I hope I'm saying that correct, I have no idea. He sent me a Japanese style park as well. I really love the whole design of this one. I think the color scheme as well is really great. He used really subtle colors, but it all ties together really, really nicely. I imagine this to be in a Busch Gardens park or something. The only thing I want to say is that you used custom supports, but you didn't do it at the end of the ride, so I felt like it was only kind of half done. And also the catwalks that you used were the skinny ones, and there are actually wide catwalks in the mod set to accommodate for the wide trains. I don't know if you're aware of that or not, so it doesn't matter to be honest, but I just thought I'd let you know. But yeah, again, I love the layout. I think the path work in this one's really, really great. It flows really nicely through the park, and then there's this flat ride, the swinging ship here in the corner of the park as well, which I think is really, really nice. Perfect flat ride for this kind of area. And I love how you dressed it up with the rocks and the theming and everything. Here we have the end of the ride, of course, the depot there covered up by that yellow building, and he did a transfer track as well, which is nice to see, adding a little touch of realism into there. Here's an overview of the whole map. As you can see, it's been really nicely put together. Like I said, great layout, and I really appreciate you sending this one to me. Thank you. So here we have a Mad Max map sent in by Agent Edfield, and unfortunately this map is incomplete. He said to me he ran into some time issues, he spent far too long building the Statue of Liberty, and unfortunately couldn't finish it on time. But he did say that he was having so much fun with it that he is going to continue it to finish it off. So I can't wait to see how it actually turns out, because I can see great potential in this so far. The amount of detail that you put into that Statue of Liberty head, and also these cars that I'm going to show you now. He said he put a lot of detail into these cars and they took way longer than they should have. But if the rest of the map has as much detail as these cars do, I definitely have high hopes for it. Here's the station of the coaster. He built some shipping containers all stacked up there. It looks really, really great. Reminds me of Lost Gravity from Wallaby Holland. And here's just an overview of the map and kind of the state that it is in at the moment. So please keep me updated on how this map turns out. I really can't wait to see the finished product. Here we have Underworld by Robo Flamingo. This park easily was a contender for the top spot. Like, it's epic. Really, really epic. This has a hell underworld sort of theme. It's definitely a fantasy map, but the whole thing is really, really great. We have an extra coaster in there as well, a shuttle loop coaster, which kind of launches out from the side of the park, and the dive coaster there being the main feature, and it's actually themed as to going up to heaven into the pearly gates, and then you dive off the gates into hell. I think that idea is really, really cool, really epic. I really love it. We've got a boat ride as well there going around. Yeah, this map is crazy. Like, really love it. The rock work as well. Everything's been colored really well. Epic tons of detail put into this map. Again, love the path work. Got nice diagonal path work going on. Different layers and levels as well, which I think is really nice to see. Even the brake run here has got tons of detail into it with these gates in the windows, with the fire. Definitely a good use of the lava that came with the DLC. I haven't really seen the lava used in a way like this yet. But yeah, here's an overview of the whole map. As you can see, it's crazy detailed, packed ton of scenery and buildings and everything. And yeah, thank you for sending that in to me. Like I said, definitely was up there to be in the top spot for a winner. But obviously I had to pick a winner, but really, really great, epic. So thank you for sending that to me. And so on to the winners of this month. I have two. The first one is Ravensteyn by Kaas. I hope I'm saying that correct. When I opened up this map, I wasn't ready for what I was shown. Like, it's so good. I was blown away. Like, I mean blown away. Like, it's amazing. Every detail in this map is so well done. The whole map ties together in a super cohesive way. Every building, the coaster, the color scheme, the different layers of paths and stuff is really great. This is my favorite bit, this castle with the bridge and the zero-G roll through the middle. I think that's really, really good. There's a good selection of flat rides as well in this map. The twister there covers up the depot, which I think is a really clever way. You all came up with great ways to cover up the depot, and that for me was actually, I think, one of the hardest parts of this map. We have a top spin there as well with the trebuchet and a spinning barrel ride opposite the windmill. I'm definitely getting a Klugheim vibe from this. If you don't know what that is an area at Phantasialand where Taron, the roller coaster, lives. That is like a medieval steampunk theme. This is not steampunk, but it is definitely kind of medieval, and definitely think you did it in a really, really clever and good way. I really appreciate the work that you put into this map. Over here we have the Drunk Guard, a kiddie frog hopper. I think this is really like just a genius, funny way to do it for a theme. Really, really clever. We have the brake run here. Got an element of realism with the staff car park there. And yeah, I really enjoyed this map, so thank you so much for sending it in to me. I just think it's brilliant. Like, I can't say anything else about it. It's really good. Thank you. So the next map we have Gears of Progress from Astrotron. You can watch him build this on his YouTube channel. This map, again, speechless. It's really, really good. Like, everything about it. He's gone for like an 1800s London industrial theme, which I think is really nice. It's a theme I've not seen before. He's made really like great custom ironwork as well, using pieces of chocolate. Astrotron uses pieces in unconventional ways that you would never think of, and that every time blows my mind. Like, he uses pieces of chocolate as extra brick details on the brick walls. Again, I never would have thought of that, so that's really amazing. We've got these great buildings here making like a part of the city of London. This is like a cutaway of a bigger park, and I definitely can see that with this map. We've got a custom train here, ATR. I'm not sure what it stands for. I guess it's Astrotron something, so let me know what that means. Yeah, that's a really great, really, really lovely detail there. We've got a flat ride here, a double inverting ride inside Nolan's Ironworks, which is acting as like a factory. I think, again, a really clever idea. Here we've got the River Thames, nice and brown like it is in real life, and a crane there which he made as well. I believe he took like a really long time to build that crane. And again, he custom supported the entire coaster, and the supports are really, really great. We've got a nice little Easter egg here at the back, CB Cannery. I believe this is a fish factory, and CB obviously stands for CoasterB. So that's a really nice little touch there that you added in. Yeah, all the buildings really, really great, really detailed, and the whole map comes together in a super, super clean way, and I really appreciate all your hard work, so thank you. So here we have the map that I made. So I did a Stranger Things theme, which is based on the Netflix show, and I thought it'd be really cool to do like a Netflix series sort of theme. I got inspiration from Yeetus in the last challenge where he did a Lost in Space, and I thought, well, maybe I could do Stranger Things. And I tried to include like different aspects from the series throughout the whole thing. So starting off, we have the vertical drop there going into the mouth of a Demogorgon, which is this creature from the series. And so I tried to include that. We have Scoops Ahoy, which I believe is from the 3rd season, which is an ice cream shop. I turned it into a van and put it there with some seating. We have the arcade as well, where the kids hang out in the series, and I actually doubled that up as the park entrance as well. The station of the coaster is the Hawkins Lab, which is this science lab, which actually has the entrance into the upside down other dimension world inside. So I did that as the station. And the actual queue line is kind of like the entrance into the upside down as well, into the forest. I tried to add lighting at nighttime and stuff to make it all a bit more mysterious and fog and everything. I did custom supports throughout the whole thing, and I did a nice little kind of backstage staff area there on the brake run. So yeah, Let me know, guys, what your favorite park was, what your favorite design was. Maybe you had a favorite that I didn't pick as the winner. So I'm really interested to know what you guys thought. And yeah, I'm just going to show you a couple more little kind of cinematic shots here of my creation. I have custom signs there for the Hawkins Lab area, and I also included a drop tower in there. So this is just an overview of the map. I covered up the depot with a wooden hut which actually resembles Hopper's cabin from the woods. So if you've seen the series, hopefully you know these references that I've referenced throughout this build. So now on to the build challenge for June. So I know that the last challenge on the Parkitect official build was a Eurofighter, but I also wanted to do a Eurofighter challenge. So I've made this layout here, which is kind of very custom. It's not a standard one. Definitely took inspiration from Takabisha at Fuji-Q Highland. And so yeah, basically same rules apply. You can't change the layout of the coaster, but you can theme it and do whatever you like to the map. You can change the trains on it. I actually put infinity cars on it, which I think they look really nice. But yeah, you can change the trains on this coaster. But yeah, it is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. So again, the map is quite small, very similar size to the last challenge. So hopefully you guys are willing to download this. I'll put a link down below to the Steam Workshop where you can get it. And the deadline is the 30th of June. So make sure to get those maps sent into me by then. You have a whole month to complete it. And again, thank you for everyone that participated in the May challenge. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all next time for another episode. Bye.